Hello guys. Yeah, so it's been a while, and they say that the key to kind of growing or following is to be consistent, so I'd say I've been pretty consistently inconsistent, so we're doing pretty well. But yeah, it's been like 2 months since I last streamed. Currently, I fancied just getting back into it a little bit tonight, but don't really want to continue on the project I was doing before. I just kind of want to do something. So this is a sculpt I've just been doing in my free time the last couple nights. I'm going to continue with this. It's for a little like work competition thing. We got to sculpt a monster, so I'm doing Flood from Halo, but more creature based. But yeah, so tonight's stream, no idea how long it will go on for. It's more just of a chat than a proper project, really. So yeah, feel free to ask questions, chat, whatever. I'm just going to continue on this sculpt. And in terms of the drinking part of the title, just Jameson's whiskey and some Coke. Nothing too fancy. But yeah, so I guess I'll just get on with it. At the moment, I'm not really operating with much ref at the moment. I'm just kind of playing it. I need to turn this down a little bit more. Tell me what the levels are like, by the way, because in the last 2 months, I've invested in quite a lot of new stuff. I've bought another year of Maya, which is obviously not cheap. Yeah, bought another year of Maya. I've got a new headset which has a microphone on it, which I'm currently using. Granted, for proper tutorial series, I'll be using my old mic because it's higher quality. But this one's, it's closer to my mouth, so it's a bit, I'd guess, a bit clearer on days where I've not got the microphone like right at my face. I've also got a new keyboard, new mouse, new office chair, so my entire setup's changed. So I have no idea what the audio is like. Like, literally none. I've not recorded anything since getting a new headset. The headset's just a SteelSeries Arctis Pro. So the microphone's not like crazy quality or anything. But yeah, so I kind of want to have some like skin stretched across this. But yeah, obviously like the sculpt is primarily inspired by the Flood in Halo. This particular guy's from Halo 3, I believe. And yeah, the thing that we're sculpting for is basically like a little sculpt off at work. We do every 2 weeks now. So yeah, the theme is monster. It's quite funny like how diverse some of the entries are gonna be. So my girlfriend's also doing it, and hers is very cutesy. It almost looks like something out of the Muppets. And mine is this thing with like heads coming out of it, and like this guy being melted in. So it's yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. Let's see what other people do. Yeah, so I'm just kind of exploring ideas at the moment. I'm really inspired by the work of an artist called, I think it's Leon Enriquez. He's doing some really cool creature stuff at the moment. I'll have to get one of his images up in a moment. But like, I will be, not ripping him off, but like, the way that I render this is going to be very much in his style. I'll probably reach out to him and be like, hey, your work's really cool. Just so I'm not just stealing it and not giving too much credit. Or not giving enough credit, even. But yeah, can I dynamish this? Geometry. Dynamash. That's really low res, right? Yeah, that's pretty low res. Let's go 400. Cool. But yeah, so I'm currently in the kind of design phase. I don't know what any of this functionally is yet. Hey Patrick, how you doing, dude? Yeah, I have no idea what any of this stuff is yet. I'm just kind of throwing shapes down. Obviously these things, I don't know yet if they're like soft and like filled with fluid or if they're solid like armor plating, but I am trying to keep it at least somewhat based on anatomy. So like these are the 3 heads of the deltoid and that sort of stuff. That's like a knuckle type thing. So I'm trying to keep it at least somewhat grounded. No idea what this ended up being though. It started as a collarbone and kind of became this thing. I also need to get rid of this because I decided I don't like it. But yeah, so I don't really know what anatomy this guy's going to have in the end. And I do quite like this area. I think that's working quite well design-wise, although the anatomy is not really functional. But yeah, so I kind of want to add legs to him. I did these like tendril things with fiber mesh, and I don't really like them anymore. So I guess I'll get rid of those. That is the wrong mesh. But yeah, so I'm just gonna mute the microphone for a sec to take a drink. There we go. It's quite handy having a little button on the headset to mute myself. It means I can take a drink without you guys getting some weird ASMR. Well, weird low quality ASMR. This area is not working for me anymore. It needs to be tighter. There we go. I quite like that. It's an accidental shape. But I do quite like what that's done. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I don't really know what any of it is, which is the issue. Because obviously you're not really supposed to sculpt blind, and I'm trying to design, and it's not my skill set. Like, I'm not a designer. Obviously it's clearly started as this guy and then it's just kind of flexed out, but I want to kind of keep pushing it into something. Although the difficulty is making this not look like a penis. Like, it's a really short penis. Trying to avoid that. But yeah. I also have no idea how much I'll be drinking. So later in the stream could get quite funny. It'd be cool at some point potentially to do, like if I start doing these kind of just random streams that are not part of a series more often, it'd be cool to kind of get like a group call going. Right, so we need to figure out legs. I also need to figure out this area, because that doesn't make any sense. Let's do that first, because we've already got the foundations in place. Actually, Left 4 Dead is a bit of a shout. I could look at the tanks, or maybe the charger, just for some general inspiration on the legs, maybe. My concern is the back view, because I kind of like this like square thing, so maybe I need to find a different way just to make it work. Let's remove that focal shift. But yeah, so currently 2 people watching. Guessing one of them is Patrick. How are you guys doing? You guys doing okay? Let's get rid of that knuckle. I don't really like it. It kind of has to be there, but I need to figure out a different way. Maybe make a broader shape. So it feels more like a muscle, like a muscle belly. Maybe it's like the triceps have just been completely fucking decimated. So obviously there's the 2 heads of the tricep. Because the whole point of the flood is that they kind of stretch the anatomy of whatever they take over. Granted, the head position doesn't make sense given that this would have been bursting out of his chest and neck, whereas this kind of is too symmetrical. So we'll have to break up symmetry later. But I'm trying to make the anatomy of this thing make some sense. It's not going to make full sense just because, I mean, look at the damn thing. But at least grounding some of the anatomy choices in human anatomy, like really stretched out and deformed. So I do quite like the idea of this being like his triceps just being completely like, torn apart. Yeah, we're doing okay. Melting Montreal sun today. A whole week has been 30 degrees. Jesus. Yeah, no, that's insane. I don't do high temperatures. I much prefer the cold. I do miss Montreal. I do really want to go back at some point. The 1 month I spent working there was really cool. It was also in April, so I got a good taste of like a little bit of the less extreme version of winter and a little bit of the less extreme version of summer. I quite enjoyed it. It looks really easy when you explore stuff. How do you mean, sorry? This doesn't work. I think that needs to come forward. Because it doesn't feel stretched. Right, so we need to figure out some kind of legs. I have no idea what the legs would be though. So let's BIT. add a sphere right in the middle. And this guy will be our basis for everything. Geometry, oh no, subtool. Split and split, unmasked in this case. Color, fill object. Oh, no. Oh, hello. What's happened here? I've accidentally duplicated. Oh, I must have undone at some point. What am I doing right? I need to delete hidden. So let's go modify topology, delete hidden. So now we got that separate again. Cool. And I don't know why that's not. It's refusing to fill. Wonder what I was doing wrong. Right, so let's pull this around. But yeah, I need to learn how to design. Currently, I really suck at it. Like, I enjoy experimenting, and I tend to get like results out of experimenting, but I can very rarely like intentionally make something cool, and that's my issue. Let's go to Dynamesh, set you to 64 maybe. There we go, bit low res. So, let's go. Why can't I do that? I always love how that works. Right, so I'm thinking, I mean, he's already kind of leaning back quite a lot. I also need to correct the shape a bit, but I almost want to do like a horse leg type thing. Like that kind of shit, but obviously more appealing and less of this. So the question is, what dimensions do I go with, and how much do I break them? Now this looks like he really needs to piss, so we're not doing that. And that just feels like he's in the middle of doing some kind of Michael Jackson dance. So maybe that needs to be a lot shorter. Design-wise, that's not working like at all. Spiral. Could spiral be one of those accidental happy things? The spiral tool is like a really good tool for like accidentally finding shapes. Also lets you get very Junji Ito on different forms. Could I do some dumb shit like this? Nah, that's beyond dumb. Okay, cool. Yeah, 'cause the problem at the moment, it doesn't look even remotely scary. Once I've added the legs, it's kind of ruined the whole thing. Like, it looks way more intimidating without the legs. It does with the legs looks pretty funny, actually. But I don't really... The tendrils are kind of cool, but it stops the character from being able to do anything. Like, how does this guy move? Let's just search creature sculpts. Let's go and search creature sculpt on. Let's move that over there. Add the word scary. I always love this sculpt whenever I see it. That one's cool as well. I could search monster design. Dimension-wise, he's not far off my guy. But, no, to me, his legs feel a bit too dainty. And I'm not doing this because I'll end up sculpting it to something that looks like, do you know that boss from Monsters University? Oh no, Monsters Inc. The crab dude? If I sculpt these, it will end up looking like that. I don't want that. That's cool. But my entire design's way too, that's this really beautiful work, but my entire design's a bit too bulky for that, I think. That could kinda work. Maybe I'm thinking of it all wrong. Maybe I need to put the legs in a less obvious place. Thing is, where? Have another. Let me try doing the spindly thing. See what that turns into. So. I'm going to need to figure out what happens to the body here, because I think that's part of the issue, is he just feels kind of fat. So let's just do. Can't remember where that tendon connects. Let's just solo these for a moment while I figure out where the fuck everything goes. Kind of accidentally made a calf muscle there. Okay, so just do some really. Oh, don't crash. Okay, it's still going. I just need to leave it. I have to stop using Sculptures Pro because this only ever happens when I'm using Sculptures Pro. Let's give that a moment to think. Have some more whiskey in me then. It is still going. It's not died. And my memory usage is changing, so I just need to give it a moment. I guess while that loads, I can show you guys the artist that I said is really inspired the kind of thing I want to sculpt at the moment. Let's see if we can find him. Leon. There he is. This guy's work is absolutely fucking gorgeous. This is the thing he's working on at the moment. Like this, like, I wish I could sculpt like this. And this guy's sculpts in general are stunning. But I love the way that, like, the skin feels like thin, like it's stretched over muscle. So this rendering style is what I want to go for. I've only just realised I kind of stole this shoulder bump thing as well. But yeah, no, this guy's incredible. Leon Enriquez. Do recommend checking his work out. This is still going. I'll give it a minute. Because I don't want to kill it, because I don't know when the last time I saved was, or the last time I had an autosave. Granted, I've not made a huge amount of progress, but still. Come on. Something's still happening. It's still trying. Is this draw size? That's fucked something. There we go. Yeah, it's weird. Alright, let's just Dynamesh. Let's also save this guy. Yeah, I've got a little folder dedicated to little sculpts to make for work competitions. Right, this kind of nodule's got something to it. Hey Grim, how you doing, dude? There is more to it, it's not just those legs. Although I still haven't figured out the shape the leg should be. Although this skinnier leg thing is kind of working for me. I don't like this, this feels weird. Back to art nice. Yeah, absolutely. I've been wanting to kind of get back into sculpting and riding my bike for a while now, and I went out on a bike ride earlier, and for some reason that's made me also start streaming again. I just didn't fancy streaming the Pt.01 project because it's already at that stage of kind of like everything's a drag now, because it's all the fun stuff is out the way. So I've just got to keep sculpting. Got to do some work to kind of get myself going, basically. And that's what this is. I've worked on this for probably about 4 hours so far, 3 hours maybe. Let's say 3.5. Just in some like private discords, really. I'm in a couple of discords with university students. I like to, like, even when I'm working on personal work, if I'm not streaming on YouTube, I'm streaming somewhere. Because I figured there's always some helpful information for someone. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, really. There's always someone who can learn. Granted, I'm not saying I'm always good enough to teach. That's a different thing altogether, I think. Right, the knee. Let's do a super angular knee. Okay. Calf. I guess you're going to be on the inside, aren't you? The question is now, do I treat the entire lower leg as like a stretched foot? Because that could look pretty gross. This entire area is just blob. Oh, hey Aaron, and hey the animation Muppet. You taught me some really great things about grooming. Pretty good teacher. Thanks, man. Did you do the X-Gen course? The Flip Normals one, sorry? If so, I'm glad you liked it. I am kind of sizing up at the moment, making a free Yeti tutorial. Because Yeti's something that's really taking my interest at the moment. Mainly because I'm doing stuff at work with it. I have no idea how I'm going to sculpt this lower section. But I feel like, to kind of fit the theme of like completely destroyed human anatomy, I feel like I need to just completely tear this section up. Because that's a thigh, that's a calf, and this whole thing would be a foot. Which obviously isn't going to work. So I need to do something that's really not very human looking for this area. Let me just quickly hide. There we are. I also need to get this body working a bit better. Oh, let's get the legs visible again. From your course in the class you did at Ulster Uni. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm glad you found them helpful. Legs really aren't working for me. They just feel too flimsy. But like, it's not because they're thin that they feel flimsy, it's something to do with the pose. Let me just quickly inflate this way. Just give him clown shoes. Oh, actually. Obviously not this, but like, I quite like that fattening out thing. Let's try... I don't want it to look like this, obviously. But I'm wondering, maybe if I just kind of have this all thicken out and become like really tangly. So it's not, it's like two legs that become loads of little ones, kind of thing. Again, no idea what I'm talking about, but... Also, if you need to get rid of geometry, smooth with the sculptures tool is fucking amazing. So, let's see if I can... Oh. It just gets rid of everything like so much quicker. But now it feels like it's gonna fall. Remind me a bit of Dead Space. Yeah, that makes sense completely. I mean, especially when the tendrils are there. Try like janking this up and see what it becomes. I'm not applying any theory to these strokes I'm doing at the moment, I'm just doing something. Sometimes I feel that's what you need to do. You kind of stumble across stuff like this hoof thing. Might be kind of cool. Like maybe this entire section could be like that weird shell thing that we've got going on here. Let's so this entire calf thing needs to change shape pretty drastically. What I need is a real sculptor to just like drop by and tell me what the fuck I'm doing wrong. Kind of want to do like some tendony thing here as well, but I don't know leg anatomy well enough. Let's fuck this area up a little bit maybe. Let's just have that kind of blend in. Nope, I hate that thing. I need to get into the habit of pressing S rather than space. I also need to figure out a way to mirror and weld. Let's quickly save. Yeah, maybe some ref ideas. Yeah, I mean, currently, the only ref I've actually got up is this Flood guy from Halo 3. There's something wrong about this shape. The silhouette up here looks really kind of weak. I feel like with these legs, it's fine to have the bulky upper body, but there needs to be more of a transition into these. Because currently it's just like bulk from this point up, and then this point down is just small. Like something like that helps quite a lot. It kind of makes this fit a bit better. So let's really pull that. But then we need to... That's fitting a bit better. Now this area is too low though, so let's... He's got a bit of Hank Hill arse at the moment. Oh, got... This face needs to be pushed back in. This webbing needs to be more thematic, like it needs to be more of it around the guy. I just need to kind of inflate it towards the edges there. Well, not inflate it, sorry. Completely the wrong thing. Kind of ease it out. Otherwise it doesn't feel like stretching, just feels like an arbitrary bit of tight skin. This area needs to be fixed as well. For now, let's just smooth it out. I find that at least smoothing out the bevels make them feel a bit better than just having these sharp lines. Kind of love handles now. Smooth this over there. Yeah, so we need to fix the back view. It's too long. But how do... I quite like... Okay, so I kind of like the front view. Don't really like the back view. We need to kind of move the whole thing up, I think. But then how do we stop this from looking like that? Because it's really weird. Do we need to round that out? No, because now he's completely off balance. But that at least has the illusion of being balanced. We need something back here that kind of holds him up. I'm also gonna have that hang over the legs, almost like it's a bit of skin that shouldn't be there, but it's like, now it just feels like a tuxedo. I'm keeping the legs separate for as long as I can. Let's get those tendrils back in. Don't need to worry about symmetry, let's just scale these down. I need to kind of stretch that up maybe. Or maybe that will kind of help mask that long thing. It's like, if we have that more spread out. So it's going from more of the back of him. We need to give it a reason to be there, I think. SSW. Hello, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen your username before, so yeah, welcome. This area's not working. I know it's not a design issue, but it's... Still don't like the legs. How did the previous sculpt go? Don't know, haven't gone back to it in like 2 months. I will be going back to it. I've not abandoned the project. I just haven't wanted to do much personal work recently. Just been busy with work, and it was a mental health thing at the beginning. But I just wanted to kind of stay away from that project for a little while, and tonight's the first night back streaming. So I figured I may as well do something that's not consequential in any way, i.e. do a just generic sculpt that's for Littlefinger work. Granted, when I say Littlefinger work, just to confirm, I'm not breaking an NDA. This is just for like a staff project, like not project, competition thing. Every 2 weeks you do like a little sculpt off, and that's what this is for. So I'm not doing any NDA shit, don't worry. I don't have any NDA stuff on my computer, so I don't have to worry about that, to be honest. But either way, but yeah, so that's what this guy is. But I will get back to the Pt.01 project. I just don't fancy doing it at the moment. But yeah, that's a very long, rambly answer. Let's go to that. So I can't do that, because that just feels weird. Oh, I'll save. Nope. Do we need to like tear the legs apart? Like have that just be completely... But yeah, are you new to the channel? Have you recently found it? Because I don't think I've seen your username. Granted, it's been 2 months since I did a stream, so I could have easily just forgotten like everything. But I don't recognize your name from previous streams. Need to get that alpha back on. I quite like alpha 6, it's really nice. Kind of want to fatten up the bottom of the legs a bit more. So if we were to do like... see, what I'm almost thinking is maybe rather than have this end as like a stump, I could take a bit of inspiration from like a mangled tree or something. Because you can get trees that have like these crazy roots at the bottom. So let me search tree roots. So when I say trees with crazy roots, I don't mean like this generic stuff. I mean stuff like this, where they're completely not in the ground. You can get some where they kind of extend up this. Maybe let's see if we can find a clearer image. Like this sort of stuff is super cool. That's a really tiny image, but you get the general idea. Like I feel like something like that could be really cool. Let's give it a go. Let's put that on the other screen. You've been in the other stream too. Ah, sorry, man. Right. Curve. Tube. Let's get a smaller brush. Need to make sure they're not all the exact same size. I need to do enough of these for them to not feel like toes. That's going to be the... Because I don't want these to feel human. And I don't know what they should feel like, to be honest. How would I know about the previous sculpt then? The blend shapes? True, true. Like, what I meant is more like, have you ever joined one of the streams live before, or have you recently found their channel and you've like seen a couple of the videos and then have streamed it? Because it has been 2 months, so it's like plenty of time for people to have found this channel and then seen a few videos. Let's get something in there. I'm doing too many S shapes. I need to do something a bit more abrupt. Maybe not that abrupt. Does that work? It's more interesting, but I'm starting to drift a bit. Like, so one of the things that I'm like very, very, very aware of is when people don't know how to do stuff, they tend to overdo it. And my thing is design. I don't know how to design. So I need to make sure I'm not adding too many elements. Like the tendrils are kind of interesting on their own, and it's definitely something needed for here. But maybe these are overdoing it. Maybe this is overdoing it. Maybe it should end as like a stump, like it's completely malformed, scaly thing like this. In fact, let's give that a go as well. For now, let's just do that. In fact, let's oh, what the hell is that? No idea what I said. Let's subdivide that once. There we go. And let's just try... how's work at Blue Zoo? Are you guys working from remote? Yeah, I mean, one thing that is quite nice is I'm working permanently remote. I've actually moved out of the country. Well, technically I'm still in the country. I live in Northern Ireland now. Moved to Belfast. So I'm no longer working in London, and I don't think I will be in London for a while. Hey Cozy, how you doing? Test if the general idea works. I feel like having a clear silhouette is better for design. Oh, absolutely. And that's where I suck. I don't know where to stop, basically, is my issue. Because that silhouette's kind of clear. Let's see if can I drag that out? Yeah, I mean, that silhouette's got something to it. Are there any angles where the silhouette is particularly weak? See, it looks a bit dull there, but I don't want to just go adding shit. Maybe these things. What if I add a few more tendrils that are more shapely? Let's go curve. They're always moving that fucking brush, so... oh, subdivision levels. Geometry... Oh, Jesus. 5 subdivision levels? Okay, we'll go to there, delete lower, delete higher. So these, I don't want these to be anything that would break up the silhouette too much. Okay, let's go about there. There we go. These are more just something to kind of, you know, be a bit more interesting on the side. I need to turn on stroke, curve, lock, start, because then you can just place a start and then it's a lot easier to get flowy shapes. Side view is not good enough. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I see what you mean, actually. Maybe the leg needs to come more extremely forward. Hey Yuri, how you doing, man? Just randomly sculpting, because I don't really know, like, not quite motivated enough to do like a full project at the moment. And definitely not motivated enough to start on the tutorial series yet. So I'm just kind of doing something. Okay, so how can I improve this side profile? Let's just quickly... This is bugging me. It's a bit better. Right, so silhouette at the front I find interesting. 3/4 still interesting. Back 3/4 fine. Back looks fine. I feel like, yeah, most... Oh, that angle's kind of weird. Do I need to thicken up these shoulders a bit? I mean, there are always going to be some angles that don't work as well, but... Side view character looks off balance. Yeah, he looks like he's leaning forward, doesn't he? So let's grab the legs and just do... Ah, right. If I do this though, I need to adjust the leg to flow in more directly. His center of gravity is going to be like, he's really bulky at the back. Like, this is definitely where most of his mass is, so that would put it like there, right? Obviously this is going to pull it forward a bit, so this needs to come forward a little bit. Maybe bulk up his legs just a little bit. This area is now kind of working for me. I don't know what this area is though. Definitely need to figure out what's going on back there. Maybe this can be hollowed out. Maybe that's like his pelvis. That could be where the tendrils are coming from. Because that would turn it from like tendril shapes to like kind of guts coming out. Although that maybe I'm starting to push it a bit too brutal there though. And the funny thing about all this to me is that like I'm doing this for a sculpt-off in a kids' TV company. It's quite funny because there are definitely other people who do like quite, I was about to say dark art, but that makes it sound like way too oh, this kind of weird. That needs to be pushed in. But is the torso now shrinking too much? There's a hunchback guy from the movie 300. I'll quickly check that out. Let me just super quickly fix something in this sculpt, which is... I feel like I'm losing too much of the torso, so I need to be careful on that. It's starting to do something. It's not appealing by any stretch. I mean, appealing in the loose sense of the word of interesting shapes. But it's better than it was. I really need to figure out how to do this though. Wait, let's quickly search Hunchback movie 300. So just gonna have another drink. I do really like Jameson's. Literally just having Jameson's and Coke at the moment. Almost finished the bottle, so got another bottle downstairs to move on to. I said I've only had a double so far. So is this the guy you're talking about? That skin texture is really interesting. Ooh, that's cool. It's kind of blobby, like it would have been called muscle. It kind of reminds me, what's the... It's like these old Hercules sculpts. They're like, bumpy sculpt. It's like a really bumpy, like, sculpt of Hercules from like, or maybe it was a painting. Yeah, this one. It reminds me of this. I can't remember who was this painted by. But I always find it funny when, because I used to be guilty of this as well, is that when you want to make something look strong, you just add more bumps, and you're good. Can I... Obviously I don't want to take inspiration from this, because it looks really weird, but this is what that reminds you of, but this looks more functional. This looks like kind of cysts and tumours and stuff, whereas that's just like weird implants gone wrong. It's funny though, because you can see how it's still kind of based in reality. Like the positions are at least linked to something. Although these ones on the legs, like, I can't make any sense of those. But at the very least you can tell it's got a deltoid and pecs and some form of six-pack. I've only just noticed the lion head. That's actually really beautifully drawn. But yeah, what the fuck is going on back there? But yeah, let's move on from that. That's cool. Yeah, he's a good shout. He looks really cool. At some point as well, I need to revisit the faces on this guy, because they're perfectly symmetrical at the moment, which is obviously not good. One of the things that I'm kind of playing about with thematically is I don't know what these things are, like these bumps, but maybe the idea of those kind of being part of like an infection almost, like they grow up whatever is being absorbed into them. Which is why this guy down here, he's getting kind of fucked up by them. Let's just adjust his face to the shape of this. But yeah, I need to sculpt over these guys at some point. I also need to, because this was supposed to be an eyelid event originally, but I kind of wanted it to turn into one of these things, but that's not working, so I need to add a couple around it, I think, to really sell that that's what this is doing. And then let's pick that colour. Again, I need to figure out what these things are. So when I do, like, obviously I'm not going to be shading this thing like properly, but when I do render this guy, I do need to have some understanding of what those are, because I may need to turn off subsurface scattering for them. I just paint a really brief map. These are getting a bit too stretched out. Although the stretch is kind of interesting. Why do I hate this so much? Like, I want it to look cool. I want that really stretched bit of skin. Got to go, guys. Nice to see you stream again. Thanks, man. Enjoy the rest of your night, dude. And yeah, hopefully the streaming will become more regular again soon. I didn't really intend on going away for so long. But I dropped it originally just looking after mental health, and then... Fuck's sake, it's doing that thing again. I dropped it originally to kind of look after mental health, and then just kind of never got back into it. Let's see if I can... Come on. Would you be trying to get any stylized character anytime soon, like a Valorant style or Pixar style? I mean, something in Pixar style could be fun. Obviously, working in kids' TV, you don't often get the chance to like really push the rendering or something. So it would be fun to kind of do something in that style. Granted, I don't like starting projects side by side. Like this, you know, drink and sculpt thing. The whole point of it is that it's not a different project. It's just something like. You know, it'll be very rare that I do anything for longer than 2 or 3 streams. obviously I don't want to kind of take away from the main projects I do at any one point. So if I do another stylized character, it will be like after I finish the portrait, which is gonna take a while, I think. Come on. Oh. I really don't like that shape. Come on, unlock, please. Wonder why it's doing this. I mean, I've got plenty of fucking memory left. So, wait, does clicking on the UI unlock it? That's 2 times in a row now where clicking on the UI is when it's stopped. Oh, I just realised why this looks so weird. That's stretching to the wrong place. Or this isn't set back far enough. So let's... here, we've got that unlocked. Let's push you back. That looks better. Okay, that's what was wrong. That's why it was bothering me so much. Also, thematically, I don't know what this is yet. Oh god, it's Rebecca. Hey, Becca. Do you play games? Yep, too many. Been playing a few games at the moment. I'm mainly into games like, well, the main games I've been playing recently are Squad on Steam, which is just so much fun, and Forza Horizon 4, and Halo. I'm going back through a Halo phase, as you may be able to tell by the flood being on my screen. But yeah, so I've been playing a few games recently. I mean, that's what I've been doing in my free time for the last like 2 months. Kind of stopped cycling, and I've definitely stopped streaming, as you guys know, so let's just push that. Ooh, that could look cool. I have no idea how I'm going to work the face back into this, because it's starting to get a little bit narrow. Let's we need to work some anatomy back into this area. It's just becoming too planar.
Just want to be with you right now.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay. Just get rid of this stuff. Let's just get...
Are you leaving me?
We're all leaving.
There we go. Can move that back in now. Just rotate him slightly so he fits a bit better. So when I get back into that asymmetry stage, I will need to kind of stretch the skin to meet this guy, because I want him to feel like he's almost like pushing out. I don't want him to feel that side's too exposed. Let's there we go, that's a bit better. I need to look at some leg anatomy. Human body part. Yeah, that's something I said at the beginning of the stream. So what he's gonna be at some point is this character from Halo 3, kind of a flood-infected Marine. That's what originally this whole thing started as, and then I'm just kind of like, no, let's be original, let's push it in some direction. Yeah, it's been a while since I really dug into a sculpt without worrying about pipeline. But yeah, I do need to find a way to stop it looking like a penis. There have been points during the lifetime of the sculptor, like before the streams, where I was kind of taking the piss a bit, like really, like intentionally changing certain aspects of design to push that element a bit. But I do need to find a way maybe what it needs is like less like I obviously can't go doing like folds here because that will make it feel even worse. But maybe I can really fuck up this area, so just so that if you do think of it as a penis, at least you'll be mortified by thinking of it that way. Like maybe if you know, is that thing like typophobia or trypophobia or whatever, like these are the wrong shape, but you get the idea that I could do something along those lines just to make it something that you don't want to look at. But at the same time, I don't really enjoy fucking with people who have actual phobias. Like this guy's, you know, he's not exactly someone you'd, you know, want to be a housemate with, but I wouldn't say it's scary by any stretch. I don't really do scary. So, leg anatomy. This area we need to figure out. Kind of want to do like a tendony type thing. This guy is like almost entirely tendons. Like so many elements of him that are just like so stringy. Veins. You know, let's commit. Let's commit to the comments. Let's go drag rectangle. Where's that veiny alpha? Let's do this. There we go. Oh, not RGB. Let's lower the... There, you happy now? That's so gross. I could actually use these as like kind of places for these divots. Because the issue at the moment is it feels too much like skin that is able to be extended. Like, yeah, we all know what we're talking about here. We're all adults. Let's go to the veins though. There we go. So I just need to make sure I don't give him balls at any stage. Just give him really bulbous legs. Like he just walks on two spheres. That's the whole thing. Did I just... For fuck's sake, I need to stop pressing shift, right? Let's see if we can break that pattern I'm doing. I'm gonna force myself to press S rather than space every time now. I have completely forgotten leg anatomy. That needs to do it like that, right? Because it's something that reaches across the entire leg. Or is that on the wrong side? No, it should be the inside. And then there was a kind of a muscle that goes through the... I always forget the name of. Let's keep pushing the bottom of this leg a little bit. Getting mashed out by something. Is it inside of this mesh? Just sharpen the bottom edge of that. Let's reinforce a few of those. There we go. The French president got slapped a few days ago by a random public dude. Really? So weird. I'm not up to date on French politics. The last name I remember was like Macron or something, but I don't know if he's still president. I don't know how frequently you guys go through presidents. Obviously in the UK it's every 4 years we tend to go through people. Same with America. But no idea what France does. I need to stop these being in straight lines. So one thing I saw a while ago, if you want to like force yourself to stop doing grid patterns when you're filling out like section by section, is just go ahead and do like some really randomly spaced ones and then fill in the gaps between, because they normally are placed just awkwardly enough for you to not be able to fit like clean lines in. Let's go there. It just makes it a bit more random, harder to control. Granted, I've ended up with another fucking clean line, but it just makes it easier to space them out. So I need to start ending this up here, maybe. So let's kind of start tapering it out towards this section. So the spacing is going to get a bit more wide like after that point. Macron, yeah. Oh, sorry, he's still in power. How long's he been in power now? I swear he's been the president like forever. Let's quickly go through and paint that. Let's color pick from these guys. Let's just bulk paint this in, and we'll clean it up in a moment. I just need to make sure he doesn't look like he's wearing shoes. Hey, what are you working on? What's the reference, if you don't mind? So the reference, well, the main ref is a Flood Marine from Halo 3. Because I'm kind of going through a Halo 3, Halo in general nostalgia kick at the moment. Me and a few friends are trying to play through all of the games, like not marathon them in one go, but kind of, you know, play them all back to back in chronological order. So starting with Halo Reach and going Halo CE, Halo 2, all that stuff. So I'm on a kind of nostalgia kick at the moment for the Flood. So I remember those being like the first enemies that were actually scary in a game. Why is it so slow? It's like a half-second delay, it feels. So the issue I've got now is that this is too... I need need to soften it out for longer, and I need something around here. She's been the Queen of Gez, like the Queen of England, forever in power. Yeah, Queen of England's been going for a fucking long time now. Good old Liz. When I lived in London, like, we'd walk past, because I lived pretty close to Buckingham Palace when I was in London. Like, for almost the whole 3 years, I lived very central. I lived in Paddington for, like, the whole, well, 3 years, 3.5 years. That was in London. I lived, like, in the Paddington area, which is, like, really close to Buckingham Palace. So every now and then I just, like, walk to town via Buckingham Palace. And it's like, just how long has that woman been there, you know? It's kind of crazy. Let's do a quick render, because I've got some surface turned on. Let's just see. It's doing something. Oh, I need to, wait, where do you come from? Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright. Delete hidden. That fucking sphere is haunting me. No. Geometry. Delete hidden. Cool. Now show those. And then... it's better. Let's just quickly save. I need to fix this finger thing at some point. Let's do it in BPR. That area is getting fucked by the render for some reason. Okay, so this area is the one that's not working for me anymore. What if the character had like a waistcloth? Yeah, so I'm curious as to what I want to do for clothing. Because obviously this guy started as a Space Marine, and I don't really want to do the Space Marine thing. Because, you know, I'm obviously, like, it's very clearly related to the Flood, like, especially with this head thing. Or the PP. But, I don't know, I need something to really differentiate it. I quite like the idea of this, like, chest being able to open. Oh, also, here's a fun thing that I've done since the last stream. So, as I said, I've kind of bought like new keyboard, new office chair, that sort of stuff. Bluesy were nice enough to pay for the office chair for me, which is nice. But I also ordered my first custom guitar. And when I say custom, I mean one that I actually like partially designed, and you know they're going to build it specifically for me because I've got a Fender custom shop Strat, which is obviously technically custom, but it was pre-built. Like I didn't like ask for specific parts. I just bought a custom shop guitar. But yeah, I've ordered a guitar from a company called Kafara, which are based here in Belfast. And yeah, I've sent them kind of a drawing. I'll get the drawing up actually. Well, I'll say drawing. It's like a Photoshop thing. But yeah, they're gonna make this for me. So I'm going for like pink over sunburst. And obviously they're gonna age things so it's not all shiny and horrible looking like this. But I'm kind of excited. I've also asked for some fret dots, so there will be dots along the fretboard. But I'm really excited for that. Although the wait list is 16 weeks, so I ordered it 2 weeks ago, and I won't see it until around the beginning of October. So I've had a few messages from them saying like, "Hey, we've ordered the woods that you've requested and all that sort of stuff," because I've requested like specific types of wood and that sort of thing. But I'm really excited. It'll be my first custom guitar, like actual custom. Although it's a slippery slope for sure, because I imagine after getting this, like, every guitar after that's going to need to be something special. But yeah, but I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun. It's definitely a unique guitar. It's not going to be better than my custom shot Strat, just because it's just not. Like, it's a different thing, but that's kind of what I want it for, is to be, like, something a bit more unique. Oh, it's doing nothing again. Let's, Yeah, okay, so clicking the UI unfreezes it. Interesting. Let's just move that over. So, if I move these, because I do quite like the fact they're coming out the back, but thematically, they shouldn't be, right? They should be coming out of that thing. Whatever it is, this like gaping hole in the guy. But then that looks kind of grim. I do kind of like them coming out the back, and also the back itself is lacking. Oh, what's the recent TV show you watched? I haven't really watched much TV, to be honest. I was hoping to start watching Loki this weekend. Every weekend, me and Becca get a takeaway, so I think this weekend we're getting fish and chips. And I quite like to watch the first episode of Loki, maybe the second if it's out yet, I can't remember. But I'm not really a TV guy, to be honest, despite the fact I work in TV. Granted, kids' TV is not the same thing, but yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to watching something cool. Hey, random guy. How you doing, man? Yeah, it's been a while since I last streamed. As I said earlier, kind of like I stopped streaming initially to kind of look after mental health. You know, just take a break from working all the time, and then just completely fell out of the loop and stopped streaming for 2 months, I think. I will be getting back to the Pero project. I just want to do something like I want to kind of reintroduce myself to streaming in a nice way. So I'm doing this sculpt I've been working on for the last, like, well, not the last couple nights consecutively, but I've worked on it for 2 nights before this one, for like a work competition, like sculpt-off thing. The theme is monster, and I've ended up going for something that's based on the Flood from Halo. I kind of like what this is doing. I don't like what this is doing, but I like what this is. I just need to correct the position of that, I think, and it's also a bit too thick. Let's that's looking better. See, what I need to make sure I don't do though is fall into the trap of that Hercules sculptor shown, that Hercules painting, sorry, I shown earlier, or pencil sketch or whatever it was. I was thinking of moving into CG more. How is the pay for beginners at Blue Zoo or any other companies? So it varies quite a lot. It depends on what department you're in for start. So I can be pretty open about how I started. So I started at NPC as a groom junior. That was my first job back in 2017. And I started on 25k. Which is pretty good for a junior on the most part. I knew another junior who started in 27. I've heard of juniors who started on more than that, and I've heard of juniors that have started on 18k. It depends on location, is a big one. I know that here in Belfast, like, CG artists are not paid what they should be. It's kind of obviously it's a tricky subject, like, you know, people tend not to talk about their pays too much, and there's a reason for that. I definitely wouldn't talk about my current pay or my pay for the last year even. But, you know, in terms of what people generally start on, you can check out websites like Glassdoor. That's a good way of finding out what a company would pay you. I think Blue Zoo, again, I started here as a senior, so I don't have experience of being a junior here. But from what I hear, you're looking at about 20k to 22k. I don't know if that's affected by working remote, because obviously I started in the company when working in London was still a thing. I never personally worked in the office, but they weren't doing long-term remote work when I started. So I don't know if I'd started now, if my pay would have been lower to compensate for the permanent remote. Per year 25k, yeah. So that's why I started on an NPC. It went up relatively quickly. Pay in VFX tends to go up quite fast. but I'm not really comfortable talking, at least in a public forum, about like my salary through the years. It's just something you don't do, really. By all means, you can talk to people in private about it. And one of the worst things people can do is not talk about their pay because their boss has said not to. Because that only helps the boss, it doesn't help the artists. But in a public setting, I'm not gonna sit here and talk about my current salary or anything like that. But yeah, check out Glassdoor though, that's a good place to find out information. Let's paint the inside of this to be a different tone, just so we get a hint of it being different. Where does this split end? That's a good point, actually. I guess there? What are your thoughts on Unreal, and do you know any companies moving into it? Most companies are investigating it, at least. I can't really talk on like the company I work at, because that would be NDA information. But I do know like quite a lot of companies are interested in that. I don't know if any companies have moved to it though. I think, to be honest, it would be a little bit hasty to immediately start doing work in real time at the moment. Because one of the key things that I don't think gets discussed enough in public spaces is people say, oh, Nanite means you don't have to retopologize, and Lumen means that you don't need to offline render because you can get GI in real time now. But it's just like, there's more to it than that. There's an entire pipeline like back end to worry about. And I don't know how well Unreal works in animation pipeline yet. Simply because I've not tried it. We need to get some kind of stretch happening here. Let's hollow out this area. That looks better. Let's just see how that... This isn't working. So I feel like, though, as I slim this out, I'm going to be removing stuff that could look good. So I need to be careful as to how much I remove exactly. Maybe if we hollow that bit out, we can get a hint of rib cage. And then let's just pull that bit back. Yeah, so the next area to focus on is this, because that's not working for me. This is reminding you of something, you just don't know what it is. The three things that come to mind when I look at this thing is obviously the Flood from Halo, because that's like the main inspiration for the guy. Like the arm and the head is like a direct fucking rip-off. There's also the Thing. It could be something from that, or like one of the kind of in-between shapes. It could be Dead Space, one of the many mutated, like fucked up shapes in that. Let's just fix the shape of this guy. Yeah, what's the audio levels like, by the way? And what's the audio quality like as well? Because this is my first time using a new microphone. Granted, again, this microphone won't be as good quality as my other one. The only reason I'm using this right now is because it's right next to my face, so I can kind of turn my head and it doesn't change the voice sound. Because personally, I find that more annoying than, like, I'd rather an okay mic that is consistent rather than a good mic that is, you know, every time I turn my head, it has a different sound to it. Which is what my other one had. Granted, again, when I record tutorials, which I'm hoping to do soon, I want to record some Yeti stuff, I will be using the proper microphone. Do you think there will be less jobs for character artists after this new software comes out like MetaHuman and CC3? Character Creator 3, I guess. I'm not sure. I mean, are there less environment artist jobs after Megascans came out? I'm not sure there are. I'm not qualified enough to really say, to be honest. I mean, I'm just an artist. I don't worry about the financial side of this stuff other than what directly affects me. And you know, it doesn't really bother me yet. Granted, it is something obviously to be concerned about long term. You know, the race of like programmers, not programmers versus artists, because that's not what it is, but in a way, software developers, their job is to make it as easy as possible to replace labor. You know, that's literally what they do. And you know, power to them, because they make our jobs a lot easier. I feel like it will get harder to get into the industry, but I don't know if people will lose jobs because of it. And when I say harder to get into the industry, I mean like if Unreal and like all these like things that real-time save money and MetaHuman, if they end up making it, you know, easier to churn out loads of characters, then the companies won't need to expand as much to get characters out. So, you know, current artists may not lose their jobs, but new artists may not be able to get in unless they're like something really special. Granted, again, that's not an educated point of view. That's just a shot in the dark after a couple whiskey. So don't take that as gospel. Let's save this guy. I need to refill my whiskey. Well, I need to finish off the last bit. 1 second. You have nothing to drink? Oh no. I have a mostly finished bottle of Jameson's, which I'm currently working my way through. I've had it for like 2 months. I'm at the last bit. I don't think I'll finish it tonight, because there's probably like 8 more shots left, and I don't fancy getting like pissed on stream. But yeah, I'm literally just having like double whiskey cokes at the moment. So I don't know why. I've never really been able to enjoy like. I can enjoy shots because they're fun, not because they taste good, just because they're fun. But I've never been able to enjoy like straight, like strong alcohols. Things like whiskey. I've never enjoyed a straight whiskey. Whiskey's just the best mixer for me, or best drink to mix for me. Hope you're well. Long time no see. Yeah, absolutely. Long time no see. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well at the moment. Not to sound like a broken record, because obviously people have been in this stream for a little while now. Image 3D. What? But yeah, I took a break originally, just kind of look after mental health. Not because I was struggling with anything, more just because, you know, I don't really enjoy working, you know, 8 hours a day and then streaming every other night. I feel like it's a really good way to make me the least interesting person I know. So, you know, I like to do other stuff, and granted, the last 2 months I've not done anything too interesting. I've just played games really with friends, but it's been nice to kind of reconnect with people. Because obviously when I'm streaming, it's nice to talk to you guys, but I don't sit and chat to, you know, people I've been to school with or people I went to work with, that sort of stuff. So it's been good to reconnect with people. But I am wanting to get back into my hobbies again. Granted, I've been playing guitar a lot in the last 2 months. I've been playing guitar a shit ton actually. I feel like I'm improving quite a lot at the moment. I'm picking up slide guitar at the moment as well, which is fun. Right, so we've hollowed out this section. Let's hollow it out a little bit stronger. Let's give you a set connection point and hollow that out like really strongly. And then continue that up. Let's standard brush might be better for this, and just that's really weak. And hollow that out, and then just kind of fill that area in. And I give it the feeling of being pulled a little bit better. I'm definitely overworking this area, so I need to be careful. But yeah, I'm doing well at the moment. Really enjoying work at the moment. I've been doing a lot of stuff with Yeti. There's some stuff I've asked for permission to share some stuff publicly, not like work, because obviously that's not going to happen. But it's been stuff I've been trying to develop, and I'm really quite proud of something that I did, and I'd quite like to share it because it'd be something that's helpful for the community. but I need to get the go-ahead from work first. And yeah, and I'm also planning on doing a Yeti intro series, kind of like the one I did for XGen, but for free. I don't like charging for tutorials, as much as like the one I did for Flip Normals. They priced it quite reasonably. There's definitely a lot of courses out there that are way more expensive, and I wouldn't say are particularly better. Not bad by any stretch, but like there's definitely a lot of courses that are really way too expensive. But I think, you know, the 40 quid that mine is a decent price. So yeah, I'm not going to hold that against Flip Normals. But personally, I don't like charging for tutorials. Like if it was up to me, I would have put the tutorial out for free. But obviously, you know, Flip Normals paid me money to do it, so they want to kind of get their money's worth. But yeah, so I do want to do a free series, which I'm thinking the Yeti one can be. Whiskey song. Oh Jesus, I should learn Finlay's Whiskey in a Jar. And let's just quickly sculpt the chin to match the mesh. There we go. I'll have to take a quick break in a moment just to go to the toilet, but the position of him doesn't make much sense. He's also a bit too far out, so let's move him. I might make him smaller actually. Let's try make him a little bit smaller, push him in a little bit more. That's better. Although has he stretched out? Let's just there we go, that's better. I think. Maybe not. Need to paint the bottom of the leg. Should probably also continue that around the side. Right, so... Right, question for you guys. Which area is the worst? And I'll work on that area. And yes, knowledge should be free. Yeah, I mean, my reason that I don't think all knowledge should be free. Because there is some stuff that people spend years working on. And, you know, I definitely wouldn't put some of the stuff I know out for free. Just because, you know, there's some things that I know that give me an edge and allow me to do, you know, freelance quicker than other people, perhaps. So I don't want to always give information away for free. But when it comes to beginner to intermediate level content, absolutely it should be free. The reason I like to give stuff away for free at that level is simply because I wouldn't be where I am without all the free tutorials that I found online. You know, there's so much stuff that I know simply because people were kind enough to put it on their YouTubes and their Vimeos in some cases. So I think when it comes to tutorials, I'm perfectly happy to pay. I mean, I paid for Chris Costa's course because his isn't aimed at beginners, it's aimed at people who really want to do top level sculpts. And I think that absolutely shouldn't be free. And Chris Costa's put out free stuff in the past on like old forums. But yeah, beginner level stuff should be free, and I tend to aim my tutorials at beginners. I think I've got a different way of teaching from most people. It's not better, it's just different, and maybe different is what some people need. Give him a heart, I don't know why, just live. I'm in love with giving my characters hearts. I mean, I could give him an exposed heart. That would fit the theme. I just feel like the chest isn't working. I don't know why. I just need to be careful that the side view doesn't become fucking basket case. Let's push that out a bit more. Let's give him a little bit more bulk. I kind of want to get rid of that. The fact that line's continuing is bothering me, so let's sculpt that out. I'd say knowledge shouldn't be free. Marcus Aurelius advises against free knowledge in his daily writings. Said something along the lines of we should pursue knowledge that's paid for. Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of the point, I think. It's kind of the point I wanted to make, but probably didn't do a good job of. Is like, I feel like beginner knowledge should be free because that getting someone started shouldn't be difficult. I feel like the more people we have in the community, the better, and the more free beginner content there is, the more beginners we're gonna have. Because obviously, if people can't get started with good free content, or if they get started on the wrong foot because they've followed like really shitty tutorials, because oh my god, there's a lot of those, then that's a loss for the community as a whole. Because you never know, like that one beginner who may have quit because they couldn't find good content may have been the next great like artist who was able to like push the industry or make top level content other people can be inspired by. We simply don't know. So beginner knowledge, for that reason, in my mind, should be free, because the more people we have in the community, the better, and the more free beginner knowledge there is, the more beginners we'll have. But once you get to intermediate, it's a grey area. I still think some intermediate content should be helpful, but it depends on how you define intermediate. I define intermediate as someone who could be left alone and finish a character, but the character won't look great. Like, that's the way I try to think of it. It's like, when I had been doing CG for 2 years, I was able to do a character completely on my own, without anyone's help, without anyone's guidance. It just didn't look good. And I think that's where I'd class as intermediate. But once you get to expert level knowledge, no, it shouldn't be free. Absolutely shouldn't be free, because expert level knowledge isn't stuff that people would naturally figure out given enough time. Beginner knowledge is. Expert knowledge is stuff that people keep as an advantage for freelance and for getting jobs. If I gave away absolutely everything I know, there'd be no reason for me to be hired, because there'd be a lot of people willing to do the work cheaper who would know everything I do. So, there's definitely elements. I mean, granted, it's a very complex kind of issue. I'm not a philosopher either, I just like to teach beginners. But yeah. Chris Costa, where is he now off the face of the planet, chilling with Thanos, I guess? Yeah, Chris Costa's, his online activity recently has been definitely pushing some boundaries, I think. I used to really like his conspiracy stuff, but it's definitely going a bit extreme for my taste. Granted, he's still a good guy. I don't like the whole thing of some people, he's posted about himself. I don't like that some people think he's a dick because of some of his opinions. I really don't like that, because people are more than what they post online. But there's a lot of stuff he's posting that, from my perspective, is quite questionable. But, to every man himself, Still follow his work. He's still a good person to follow. He's also generally inspirational. He does some really cool stuff, not just professionally. He built his own gym, built his own patio, that sort of stuff. He seems like a genuinely cool dude. But yeah, his online activity has definitely gone sideways, at least in the last couple of years. Because I remember when I first started following him, it was all top level sculpts, really beautiful fucking work and great advice to beginners, and the occasional quite funny conspiracy theory, which I don't think he always took seriously, but now it's 90% conspiracy theory. There may be some truth to some of them. I don't know. I don't know. I've not looked into any of it, but it's just I don't know. It strikes me as quite strange. I do hope the guy's doing well though. He's a really cool dude. Do some big wrinkles or big skin folds? Could do. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where, because I quite like this, but I know I could very easily overdo that. This area is looking quite dull, but I want the feeling of stretched skin, so I can't just go in and do shit like that. Because I don't think that really works, unless... Let's try really pulling this shit.
Are you leaving me?
Kind of does something. Why should we pursue what Marcus someone's opinion? Wait, what? Why should we pursue what someone's opinion? Opinions are limited, but to memory experience is limited. I'm not quite sure I understand what you're saying there. Are you saying like you don't understand the mindset of people should be forced to pursue knowledge, or is it something else that you disagree with, or? Because I don't want to get the wrong impression of what you're saying. I need to message Becca actually. That's a couple of times she's getting back. Let's mute Facebook so you guys aren't being spammed by the sound of Facebook. Come on, let me message Becca. I have to message her on my phone. Oh, there we go. What time you gonna be back? Question mark. Cool. But yeah, my new keyboard's really clicky. I really enjoy clicky keyboards. No, it's something else. Yeah, Chris Costa is not active anymore online. It's been like 8 months ago. Well, it depends where you're talking, because he's definitely still active on Facebook. I think he's done like quite a few Facebook friend cleanses. He's definitely not got like the following. By his choice, he's definitely not got the following he used to. He wants kind of a more... what's the correct word? He wants kind of a more private Facebook now. Because he was getting a lot of like hate from people. Because again, like he's got some opinions, primarily on like COVID and vaccines and that sort of stuff. And Fauci especially, he seems to really not like Fauci. And I can't say he's wrong or anything because I simply don't know. But yeah, he's definitely he's made his online presence more private, which is a good thing, I guess. Not for us, but for him. You know, it's nice to get some isolation from the internet sometimes. The internet is a toxic cesspool, no matter which side of the political spectrum you're on. Let's just quickly... Hey Becca, what time are you planning on coming home? You can message me on Facebook, just let me know. What's this Marcus guy that you talk about, by the way? Oh wait, yeah, you put his surname earlier. Let me just quickly search him because I don't recognize his name. Who is this guy? Oh wow, he died a long time ago. I thought it was someone current. Yeah, Greek. Oh, so he was part of the Stoicism movement. Cool. Cool. How long have I been streaming for now? 2 hours? Right, so let's soften out these wrinkles. So here's a question actually, just for general people here. Which artists would you guys say have had the biggest impact on like what you do online or what you sculpt or anything like that? Like, are there any artists that you guys particularly look up to? For me, like one of the big ones I look up to is a guy called Victor Hugo. Victor Hugo Quiroz, maybe? I never know how to pronounce his second name, or last name even. He's a big one I look up to. Him and Pedro Conti. Really love their work. Granted, I don't sculpt anything like what they do. Not in terms of quality, obviously that's pretty obvious. I don't sculpt anything close to them in quality. But what they produce style-wise is quite different from what I like to do. But they just have something about the way they render. This looks great. You ever seen the Gladiator the movie? I have seen Gladiator the movie, yeah. Wait, is that what is Marcus Aurelius in that? Like as a character? Might catch you. Ha ha ha, very funny. And I appreciate the gesture, but nah. I'm not at a level that should inspire people yet. One day maybe. I just like to teach. Also, hello Jordan, how you doing? Definitely over-sculpting these. I need to take a step back. What area is weakest? This area is still the weakest, but I don't want to over-sculpt. This area is not too appealing to me either. I need to get rid of the simplification of some of these forms. Let's just hollow this out and see what that does. Michael catch me outside, how about that? Haha, very funny, Becca. Stop. No, I've not been drinking my whiskey. One sec. I don't know how well you guys can hear me drinking. Let me know if it's quite loud, because the sound of people drinking knocks me off. Wait, that's the wrong sentence. The sound of people drinking is not pleasant to me. Definitely doesn't knock me off. Yeah. I actually quite enjoy this whiskey and stream thing. It's kind of fun. It's just nice to do something that isn't like a serious project and chat. Maybe some areas of contrast. Yeah, so that's one of the things. One of the elements of design that I really can't do is contrast. Like it. I'm guessing you mean contrast in detail, like contrast in forms. Yeah, it's something I'm not particularly good at. I think it's because I just don't know enough about anatomy yet. You guys can't hear the drinking. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's the thing. I don't know how well of a job this microphone does at filtering stuff out. But yeah, I also need to make a thumbnail for these streams. But yeah, so there we go. But yeah, in terms of contrast, because I guess I find this area, like for me, this area of the sculpt is probably the strongest. This area is the weakest, bar the face. If I was to remove the face, in fact, let's remove the faces. Let's look at this character as his own entity. Yeah, that looks really weak. So I guess that and the thighs. This connection in general is really quite shit. Less skin details in the legs. So you mean like this stuff down here, maybe? So I feel like maybe we should space these out more. It's too homogeneous, I guess. Let's try to really drastically add some size. Wait, S. I need to get into that habit. Let's try to add some size variation in these guys. Let's add that guy in there. That helps a bit. It's gonna feel a bit blobby though, so let's try to... I need to flatten out the tops of these, I guess. Let's not put that there actually, because there's a big one there. Oh, let's fill in that gap. The tentacle things between the legs are bothering me. It isn't that appealing. Okay. Do you think it's a case of completely remove them, or just have less of them? Because I think completely removing them, it's starting to improve quite a lot, but it's still not strong. There needs to be something. Because I don't know, this looks too generic to me. But then again, I'm not a design guy. Samuel Poor, I can't pronounce the second name. Shit at pronouncing names at best time. I'm gonna search him though. Ooh, wow. Yeah, this guy's good. This guy's really good. That back anatomy. That's so nice. I guess in a similar kind of vein to this guy is Giovanni Nakpil. He's incredible. This is beautiful though. Yeah, no, really, really good suggestion on this guy. I like this form. I don't know what it is, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I kind of like that. It's like she's melting into him or something. I feel like a really good metric, well not a metric, but a really good judge of how good of a sculptor someone is how they do hair. like, hair sculpting is one of those things, it's so easy to overdo or underdo. Like, I guess one of the, in terms of like super detailed hair sculpts, I find for Mal is one of the better artists out there for how he sculpts hair. Granted, I then immediately pick a but yeah, like his more recent stuff, like the more stylized stuff, is also really cool. Like the shapes are beautiful, but the way he sculpts realistic hair is really, really good. What would be a good example? I guess this guy would be a good example. Like, he understands it. He really understands it. Like, he can actually make it feel like hair with a lot of detail. You can feel where every clump is, but it doesn't feel too much. I don't know how he does it. Max Sin, yeah, he's amazing. Mario Steiner, yep, they're incredible as well. Remove them completely, okay. Maybe a big tail. I can test the tail. See how that works. So I guess he still feels out of balance. It's weird. Adding the tentacles makes it feel more imbalanced to me, somehow. But let's try adding a tail. Let's append. Subtle. Let's append. I always lose it. And just move this guy. Come on, there you go. I need to figure out a way to sculpt a tail that would actually suit this guy. And I think the next time I work on this guy, I'll do it on stream. I've quite enjoyed doing this. But the next time I do any work on this guy, I'm gonna try to focus on. I'm gonna try to focus on like refining areas of anatomy. Oh shit. Let's snake hook this. Snake hook is a really good brush for getting like flowy shapes. Although the swirl brush or spiral brush. Is it spiral? Yeah, it is spiral. Why is that G? I feel like there's now too many brushes in ZBrush because like the old naming convention or like the convention for shortcuts was just like B for brush, then the first letter of the name, so S, and then spiral would be SP. But now there's so many brushes it can't do that anymore. But yeah, spiral brush is really good though for like that sort of stuff. Like you can get accidental cool shapes with the spiral brush. If I do that. Like they're quite good at getting like gestural shapes. Let's smooth that out though. Oh shit. What the fuck? Okay, let's dynamesh this. Or let's see mesh it actually. I had to save as well. There we go. So let's just quickly smooth that out. Oh. So the flatness was an accident, but maybe if we add like a consistent tube through the middle, it's kind of like a king cobra neck type thing. So I'll be adding asymmetry to this guy at a later point. Why the tail? Would the creature need the balance? Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want a tail yet. I'm just giving the suggestion a fair shot. Because when it comes to design, I don't know what I'm doing. So when people suggest stuff, I really try to give it a good shot. I don't want to just like half-arse it, basically. I'm now just trying to make it make some sense on this guy. Maybe that's too big. This wing thing isn't really wing thing. That's a satisfying word for some reason. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Let's make a hook. Let's turn on you. And then let's just pinch. Oh, off. There we go. That's interesting, at least. It's feeling like too much now, though. Maybe if I save this out quickly, let's add another number here. It's definitely nothing like what it used to be. And then let's go in with a spiral brush. G, yep, let's see if I can remember that. And just make this oversized. Really oversized, apparently. Am I giving that enough of a shot? I don't know, what do you guys think? Is it too big? Tail is really good. Wait, I've missed a lot of messages, holy fuck. I can't hear anything because I'm at a maid's, but it looks cute. What? Like you, oh, shut up, Becca. Tail is really good, design is alive now. Scorpion tail, like a scorpion's, question mark. So you've got curves all over. It would look awesome if it's more like squarish in the angles. Break the rhythm in there. Okay. So when you say squarish in the angle, you mean like break the gesture of it, right? Kind of like that's maybe a bit too square, but let's just quickly. Let's just inflate that a little bit. So let's add the heads back in. Oh. I like the tendrils. You are right. They are too much here. So what I'm wondering is, could I add the tendrils almost like spikes coming off of the tail instead? 'Cause that wouldn't be hard to sculpt. It's just fiber mesh after all. Let's add the heads in there. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I like the tail. I just need to find out how to mix it. Tail should be pointed up, maybe. So do you mean like, as in like curling up completely, like a full scorpion tail? I'll be back in one moment. I just really need to go to the toilet. One sec, guys. Hello. Right, I'm back. Right, so let's... Oh, Michael. There we go. So, okay. Oh, that's a nice idea too. Spikes on tail. The head coming out of his shoulder looks kind of cool though. You should consider something similar with another body part. Yeah, I mean, if I was brave, I'd do like a hand. But fuck that. More triangular shapes can be good. Overall silhouette can be more triangular. Okay, so let me try the tail thing first. What I was thinking for the tail is if I do like this line along it, and let's try to keep that at least somewhat down the middle, which is there. This tail's got stretched out of proportion, but that's fine. Let's just sharpen that up. Just so I know where it's actually going to go with the hair. I don't like how that's ending, so let's just pull that back. Cool. So let's grow a fiber mesh here. So if we go, let's delete lower. I don't know what that does with mask on actually. But let's go fiber mesh, preview. And then all we need to do is go into modifiers, max fibers all the way fucking down. Let's turn profile up. Segments up. Gravity. There it is. Barely. Length. Coverage. Let's turn twist off. Let's turn gravity off as well, actually. And where's that shape coming from? Let's just length profile's fine. Let's turn down the amount of length variation. That a little bit more, a little bit more coverage, a little bit less max modifiers. Right, so let's just accept that, and let's go on with the groom brush. Right, we're going to hide the body for this. Let's not use the groom brush, and let's use the best grooming brush in ZBrush, which is the move brush. But go into brush, fiber mesh, and turn on preserve length. So they're getting thinned out because ZBrush forgets that fiber mesh should be even tubes, so we'll have to inflate these to get the roundness back, and they'll still be a little bit lopsided, but that's fine. And let's just quickly get some side to side. Nah, don't no idea what's happening. Oh shit, okay. What's happening to you? Okay, I guess we're leaving that well the fuck alone. Is there a collision distance thing? Do I just have to place them by hand? I can always do them in Maya. Let's just keep it simple for now. Let's keep it like that. And just inflate, set draw size to 1000, because that inflates every polygon evenly, and that will do for now. Just for the sake of figuring out if we actually want to. That would have to continue into the back, wouldn't it, to work? Let's get rid of it for now. Delete. Yep. Yeah, that would have to continue into the back, much like the tail itself, so... I need to add a little bit of variation to this, even if it's literally just like bumps like this. In my mind, a sculpt should never be completely smooth, like ever. Nothing organic is that smooth in my mind. Again, I'm not an expert on this, I'm not a modeler. It's just the way that I approach form. It has to be something that adds interest to a shape, no matter what it is. If you want any appeal, it has to be some kind of breakup. Things just feel more organic with breakup. But that, to me, feels so much better. Even though it's like minimal sculpting work with absolutely zero anatomy. Right, so let's figure out the chest. And then I'll end the stream. Well, I need to drink more of this whiskey. So I can't share links. You can't share a link directly, however, what you can do is just remove the .com. Or like paste the link as two separate parts, and I can just paste them together. I don't know why that is, I think it's like an anti-spam thing. Right, so why does this look bad? Let's figure this out. So first thing, that helps. That feels like a love handle rather than mass. So let's add a little bit more up here and remove a little bit from down here. So it gets more of that trapezius feel. That helps a bit. Again, I'm literally just basing this on anatomy. Let's just add some kind of illusion to that actually being the latissimus dorsi. Add that muscle in. Let's actually combine that a bit better. That is a bad move. However, that isn't. That seems to work quite nicely. So let's tube that up in there. Did it work? No, I don't see the link. If you've got me on Facebook or anything, you can send it there. So let's hollow this area out. So we've got the latissimus dorsi in there, the lats. Let's really push that. So obviously this, anatomy-wise, makes no sense. It should be quite a soft blend into the rest of the muscles. I mean, this, as in general, doesn't make sense. Like the anatomy of it. I have no idea how a tail would interact with the anatomy of the general stuff. That's looking more interesting. Nope. Big nope. This feels kind of strange. Like, this doesn't look like it's motivated by anything. So let's just carve that out. And add some standard brush in there. See what that does. It gives more of a stretched feel, which in of itself doesn't make sense either, but it's interest at least. This looks like a demonic owl. It's kind of cool to add something there, though. Let's add the heads back in. That's kind of interesting, because now it feels like these are pulling towards the same part. So maybe, if I rotate this guy, if I have this point towards that, that could help bed him in a little bit more. Let's just get that. It just makes him feel like it's part of the same, like the same force that's pulling him that way is pulling this, which is quite important, I find. I will need to sculpt them into each other at some point, like once I combine them, but for now I need the freedom to move it. The turn of the tail is 2 square. Okay. Nice. I need to actually fix, if this is going to be a scorpion tail, I need it to be at least somewhat attempting to be symmetrical. There we go. So this joint thing here is not working for me. Let's sculpt that out. Oh wait, I didn't even sculpt the fucking bit I was talking about. I don't know the anatomy of what I'm sculpting, which is not good. This looks a damn sight better than it did at the start of the stream. So, progress. Let's fix the uniformity of these still. They're still too uniform. If we add layers of these things, to help a little bit. I need to actually figure out what these are before I go too far into sculpting them, because the problem at the moment is I don't know whether these should be fleshy or scaly, or even juicy, which is the wrong word, but you get my point. I like the damn standard sometimes, when you just use it to carve. If you use the damn standard not as a line drawing tool, but as an actual sculpting brush, it gets some quite interesting shapes that I don't think I'd be able to replicate with other brushes. Granted, I'm still using it mostly as a line drawing tool right now, but like if I hollow out that area with it, it just, I don't know, there's something to it. Strengthen it. Ooh, that. Okay, yeah, we're doing scales. That's completely... Yeah, no, that helps a lot. Okay, cool. These are scales. Which means a lot of sculpting across the entire model to make these feel more stone-like. Let's just do a test region. Yeah, I like what that's done. Alright, cool. And we'll need to fix this at some point. These are quite boring looking. In fact, actually, let's also change the color that we're... so it's not so weird looking. There we go. Almost feels like caked on mud is an issue we're going to have. Color fill object. Maybe we could do these. Oh shit, that's not what I want to do. Let me divide. There we go. Like a spine type thing. Your internet stopped, what did you miss? Me fooling around with shapes. Nothing new. Yeah, I'm not keen on that. This anatomy needs to do something though. Oh shit. Because currently I don't like how that anatomy is completely without function. If we have it like appear to attach to the tail in some way, it will help a lot. I need to add some asymmetry to this guy up here. One sec. Let's just quickly solo you. Let's just quickly go to mask lasso. Then pen. Where you at? There you are. That angle's kind of cool actually, maybe for one of the renders. Because it feels like it could be his arm, and then it's just like, nope. So let's quickly rotate you around the chin. And pull you over to the side. Move his eyes around. Add a bit of asymmetry in there. Don't know what we're thinking. Put it there. No. Wait, what did I just do? Yeah, no, the new one's definitely better. So, what did I just do? I created a shortcut to a file that's right next to it. There's, can I delete you? Yes. Save over you. What did I miss? Everything. Blimey. Nice. I feel like proportionally something here needs to change. Like, that needs to be either higher or way lower. It feels too middle ground right now. Right, let's do a few tests. So let's put you there. In fact, no, I need to make them smaller. Okay, so let's put you there. Shift S. Shift S. Shift S. Let's try. No, definitely not. Oversphere. No, I don't follow Andrew. Let me give him a search. Oh, he's one of those artists. Makes me feel bad about myself. Like these. Yeah, he's good. He's really good. Maybe lower center of gravity. Make it more stable. So if I pull this stuff like way down. Like that. Yeah, add something in it. I just need to make sure I don't make it look droopy, because that will only add to the penis issue. Although, too much of an arch back. I'm not sure. The differences are subtle, but is there any of these that work better than the others for you guys? Ignore this one. A, B, C, D. Is there any particular that work better than the others? Or are the changes too subtle? Almost time for another whiskey. Next one will be the last one, because I don't want to get drunk. I want to get mildly buzzed. Which 6 shots of whiskey should be enough to do. The red flowers from the pea part are not good though. Oh, fuck's sake, yeah, now that you pointed it out. Fuck's sake. I'd say C and too subtle. So you prefer having this like more bulky, like almost like the torso is like 90% of his mass type thing. Legs feel too prominent. I can try scaling them. Let's make them like goofy big now. Right, let's do a more fair comparison. Let's put them at head level so it doesn't just feel like one's taller than the other. Actually, let's just scale them up to be the same screen space. Humans fear bigger bearish things. Something like that. Yeah, that's a good point actually, the wider shadow thing. And also on the topic of fearing like bear things, I completely agree, but like once it was pointed out to me, I couldn't stop but love them. There is. Like, when you look at their ears, you're just like, how is this like a lethal predator? Their ears are so damn cute. Look at that, it's literally a pom-pom attached to the side of a predator's face. Like, they are fucking adorable. And it really annoys me. Because, like, they could be so cute. And they're just, well, this guy looks kind of funny. It's like, their ears are so damn cute. And it really annoys me. Like polar bears too, like, they are one of the most dangerous animals you could ever come face to face with. And they look adorable. Like, we naturally fear them. We have evolved. We've evolved to actually understand that these things are terrifying. But, like, come on, they don't look it. They look so pleasant. Like, like if I could find a tamed grizzly bear and just pet it and have the certainty that it won't attack me in my sleep, then I fucking would. Like, they are adorable. Yeah, no, you're right about the wider shadow thing. Although part of me likes something about this one. The smaller legs, yeah, that works. But something about this works nicer. Is it the position of the legs? Do I need to move them up? So that they kind of travel directly into this thing? I think that's it. And let's just quickly widen the base of this thing. I don't know, what do you guys think? Left or right? Yeah, bears are cute as fuck, all animals are. Look at cows and calves. Yeah, I mean, not all animals are cute. I could name a few that aren't. Humans, example, they're not all cute. Yeah, no, I love animals. I was part of a generation that grew up with Steve Irwin on the that grew up with Steve Irwin on TV. So I feel like part of that is like emotionally scarred me to love animals no matter what.
But why does it come down to the ground to do it?
Higher waist, I think so.
Why does it nearly always choose to do so in exactly
Proportions
the
feel
same
more natural.
place?
Sorry, which one? When you say higher waist, are you talking about proportionally, which is this guy? Or are you talking about just moving the small legs up? Because I don't know, there's something about this that feels like it'd be more functional. This guy feels like he'd fall over all the fucking time. This guy feels like he could outrun you. It's now just a penis with a vagina, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, the small legs feel too weedy. I don't know. I appreciate the feedback of why the shadows are more terrifying. You're absolutely right, but this guy looks better to me. I don't know. Is that just my personal taste being bad? I'm really not sure. Also, this area feels too fat. I need to change the shapes here. It feels like this is a random bulbous section. I can see a shadow. Hello, Becca. No, I had no idea you were home. If I was someone who was jumpy, I would have seen your shadow and shat myself. Yeah, you did. Whiskey. I'm just going to switch headphones and microphones in the right place. We're trying to figure out big legs or small legs. There's something about big legs that works for me. Let me change my... Huh? A few people. There's still 6 people left. This is actually the most popular stream I've done in a while. But I want to do stuff other than sculpt. Yeah, I'm not sure on the small legs. It's just the small legs feel like weedy at any other angle. Thanks for that. Yeah. Check these out, they're interesting. If you're sending a link, you'll have to either send it to me on Facebook or completely cut the actual link apart so that YouTube doesn't see it as a link but actually just sees it as text. While I decide if I actually like the big legs or small legs, because big legs are definitely more appealing to me, but there's something about the small legs that, again, like SSSW was right on the wide, the wider silhouette is more intimidating. Like a shadow would be terrifying of that thing. Let's push that in. I need to stop this from feeling so bulbous. I think it's because these end at the same position, so let's mask that out. And help. Becca's just pointing at the little face down here. So let's move that over here. That helps the round feeling. Kind of stretches it out, and then let's. Sent it on Facebook. Alright, cool. Oh, he's cool. Yeah, Quiet Place, yeah. Yeah, they're really cool. I could add something that's like that angular thing. What is it about it, Photoshop? I don't know. It's just shapes. I was thinking King Cobra for the web bits. Like King Cobra into a scorpion, type thing. Also, I've decided what these black things are. They're like scales. I've sculpted a few of them as harder, and it works quite well as scales, I think. Rather than like pustules. I'm not happy with this area yet, though. Yeah, but I can't make a ribcage fit well. Like, I can picture one in my head, but I can't make it look good. There we go. Apply it to Alan. Let's just see. Yeah, no. I'm glad we got rid of those in the end. There's something nice about the tendrils, though. I will try to work those into designs somewhere else. I'm trying to figure out what it is about this bit that doesn't work. Is it the angle change?
It doesn't feel finished if it makes it.
I don't know either. That's the problem. Let's try. Go for it. Who are you talking to? Sean? Of course I know you're talking to me when you're in the room. And that pelvis needs to go. Let's do a render. I will head off soon. Because it is, what, 11? Yeah, I need to finish this drink. Is that Rebecca Blair from the movie Blair Witch Project? Yes. SSSW. I don't know their actual name.
What is your real name? No, my friend like a very, very drunk watching Blair Witch Project. And I got a phone call one night that I missed as a mistake. It was like a voice message the next day, and it was like my friend's Blair Witch cinema movie. Scary. Blair Witch in the forest. Paganism. Finally, it was like word association. It was like Rebecca Blair, Rebecca Blair's the Blair Witch. And then it was
Fuck's
like
sake.
10 minutes as well.
That's impressive, yeah. I do like Deborah.
I should go read. We should do that.
Absolutely not. I feel like if the arms weren't there, this would feel really strange. Let me quickly try. I want to try that pointy rib thing. But I use my new favourite tool, which is the spiral brush. Oh wait, the SG for some reason. Come on, do it. Why are you not working? Oh, come on. Okay, so it's not the most predictable brush, I'll give it that. Right, snakehook it is. Absolutely not. The shapes are too small, we can come back to them though. I do quite like the way that he's shaping up as a whole. There's something missing though. There's something that doesn't work. And it's really throwing me off. Oh, I need to hide those things. Wait, I need to do this. It's the law. That's what I was thinking.
Yes! Oh my god, it makes me so happy and welcome.
I'm trying to find the right place. You don't need to point at the screen. Wide eyes, maybe. I'll give him the uwu. It's an orca. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. That's a penis. He's a thing of beauty. Look at him. I definitely, if I remove those things at the front though, I need to get rid of this fucking thing. Eyes maybe really small ones. Let me just add the foreskin back on. There we go. I quite like the position of these dents. They weren't meant to be eyes, but I guess they are now. Need to make that not feel like a smile. Again, sculpting with damn standards sometimes gives interesting shapes. Let's go with double chin. I had to add myself into my work. Yeah, this isn't working for me. Let's add the tendrils back on. Maybe if we move them. Let's move you down and then merge down. No, definitely not. That was giving me Pale Lady vibes. I need to search Pale Lady. Is that Scary Monsters to Scary Stories? What, sorry? What? I doubt it, Becca. Oh yeah, she's really cool. I did a project that was based on her not too long ago. Let me get it up actually. It started as her, it became something completely different. The only thing that remained was the hair. I did this like based originally on that Pale Lady thing, and then just ended up turning it into someone who just wants to look really pretty with lots of makeup. But the hair stayed. Well, this definitely ended up not being something from Halo, which is cool. Definitely ended up breaking away from that original concept, which is good sometimes. Let me just quickly... There we go. Oh, finally the flowers are gone. Oh, they've come back now, boy! I can get rid of them though. I actually don't know what they are. Yeah, again, those flower things are just whatever this is. Antennae, I guess. Oh no, the red flowers are not good. Yeah, I can keep them gone for now. I just feel like if I get rid of the red flowers, I need to change the head pretty drastically. Let's just save this as a new version. Well, save as version 6, and then save as a new version immediately. And let's just try a head redesign. Let's try something more shark-like. Well, that is really strong. Oh, is my pen sensitivity gone? Yeah, brush sensitivity's gone. Alright, so we are now working without pen sensitivity. Every time I save, there's like a chance of... Let's just try to make some... Oh, wait, actually, that was kind of accidentally cool. No, that's not accidentally cool, actually. Having no brush sensitivity makes it really difficult to sculpt. The move brush is my crutch when this happens. Looks like he's wearing a turtleneck. I wish I knew how to fix. Do any of you guys know actually? So when pen sensitivity disappears, do you guys know how to kind of fix it? I think the overall dimensions of the head with this is what I need. I just need to find a way to make it not like a foreskin. That's kind of cool, actually. Let's just lower the... Maybe my way around this for now is just turn sensitivity all the way down. Like chisel my way through this. Work on properties. But what specifically about it? Yeah, 'cause it's still registering it. I can push lightly and I can push really hard. I'll unplug the USB and plug it back in. Yep, good point. The fact I unplugged that as the music changed is really kind of eerie, actually. That was really weird timing. Right, let's see if that's... Give it a moment to load. It is back. Yep, alright, it's back. Cool. I don't know why I never thought of that. So... Maybe if I turn this into some kind of like armor shape. Let's just try... Maybe I could turn it into like a fish gill thing. Like keep it angular. No, that doesn't really help. I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100% that bitch. Maybe a shark head. I can try it. Let's see if I can sculpt a shark head from memory. The answer is I won't be able to, but let's try. Smiley face. So these need to move out now, don't they? They've become nostrils. Let's fill those in. Fill those in too. And those. Hammerhead. Let's give it a go. I'm not sure if it will work for this. And it kind of works. But now, as I add more natural shapes to this, it makes the faces make less sense. That's something I'm worried about, is that as I add more nature, the paranormal aspect doesn't work anymore. That's why I like these things, whatever they are. There is something definitely interesting to that, but I don't think it works for the context of this guy. Let's take it all the way back to what it was a moment ago. We could even try the classic. I'll have to turn off the symmetry and redo the middle, but let's just test the idea. This shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna overdo the size of them just so we get an idea quicker. You can worry about exact spacing of stuff later. Who infections on the P? I'm gonna have to work really hard to avoid the penis look of this thing. Yeah, it doesn't work. What do I need to do to make this work? Because I'm definitely getting into that over-design category that I'm really worried about. There is something interesting to these. Like, I know you don't like them, but there is something interesting to the tendrils. So that makes it kind of difficult to figure out what I need to do. Oh, B and B. Oh, that finally starts to work. Okay, so what we needed to do was make it more pointy. This area is still not working for me. The head is the main issue. Maybe if I make this shorter. So let's Let's make the PP smaller. Oh, wrong subtool. So let's just go like that. Doesn't really help, does it? So that will somewhat go towards fixing it. Got to go, bye. Alright, cool. Enjoy the rest of your night, mate. I'll probably end the stream here as well, actually, to be honest. Maybe making that shorter will be what helps it. Definitely over-designing the guy at this point, though, so I might take a break from it, let my eyes rest. I'm gonna add those back on for now. Let's just save this. Cool. Also, I like how it the save was in the same key as the actual the song. But yeah, alright, well, I'm gonna end the stream there, guys. It's nice to be kind of back streaming. Hopefully it won't be... Hopefully I'll be able to get back into the kind of habit of streaming again soon, because I do need to get on with that Pero project. But we'll see how this goes. My deadline for this little sculpt thing is Friday, so it's exactly a week from now. I'm not going to sculpt that all the time, though. But yeah, so I'm going to head off. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If not, that's fine too. And yeah, enjoy your weekends. See you guys.